What's up, PokeMoshPit? NBZ here, bringing you a 5th gen match. This one is against a guy called John from Abra's Asylum. I guess I was just looking around for a match and I was testing out a team that I've been using lately. Kind of playing on the same trick that I was using in a match I uploaded here a while ago, using Gorbis to baton past shell breaks, 2 specific pokes, and I've kind of added a couple of people, shuffled people about, and let's see how this goes down. So first of all, just looking at his team, I see that he is using 3 pokes that are Uber, were Uber in the 4th gen. So he's got the Garchomp, Latios, and the Mew, and they're all going to be kind of big threats to my team. I'm not carrying any sort of 4th gen Ubers, as it were, but I'm going to have to watch out for those guys. He does have a speed boost Blaziken, I'm assuming it's speed boost anyway, and that's going to be something that's going to be a threat if I don't take it out early. Natore obviously is something that's very wally and hard to take out, and then you have Rapushin, who generally is a bulky poke. So he's carrying a generally bulky-ish team. Couple of fast guys in Chomp, Blaziken, and Latios in general is just pretty difficult to take down. So without further ado, let's get straight into the match. Okay, so I believe that seeing as he had Garchomp in first, he's going to be leading off with it. I'm going to lead off with my Victini. It's one of my favourite leads in 5th gen, has access to Will-O-Wisp, which is going to be very useful against Garchomp. Unfortunately for me, I believe he's going to be Scarfed or faster than me in some way, so I don't want to go for the Will-O-Wisp straight off the bat. I'm going to go for the safe switch, go to my Weezing, which will be able to dodge the predicted Earthquake, and he does go for it, which is fine. Now, thinking that he is Scarfed, I'm thinking he'll probably switch, but in any case I'm going to go for the safe Will-O-Wisp. If he does decide to stay in and Stone Edge or something, it's not going to do a lot to Weezing. I can probably pain split the damage off later if it did do a crit or something, but the Will-O-Wisp is going to be invaluable to me, so I'm going to go straight for it. He does switch to Natore, so getting a Will-O-Wisp with Natore is always good. It means that his Power Whip is greatly reduced in power. Nicely said there. Anyway, and we're going to go for a Flamethrower here because I do carry the Flamethrower over the other move. So, Stealth Rock's going to happen. I go for the Clear Smog here, not really sure why I stayed in. I potentially was predicting a agility or a nasty plot set, but not many people are running those these days. A lot of people are running Trick Scarf or Transform or Stealth Rock, which I believe this is what this guy is running. Not the Trick, but the Transform is something that I'm looking for. Now he is going to go for the Taunt as I go to my Goat. I thought that he was going to transform at that point, which is kind of why I went to the Goat, because I had Gengar to go to and probably revenge kill that thing easily. But for now, he's going to go for the Soft Boiled. Interesting move there. I guess it's good recovery and Mew does get access to it. But I'm going to go for the Iron Head, a stab hit, and see how much it does. It's going to get a crit on the Mew, which is unfortunate for him. However, it doesn't really matter because he is faster and is able to get a Soft Boiled up. Now I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, hoping for another crit. Doesn't happen. And at this point, I believe that he's going to go for a Taunt again, seeing as it wore off last turn. Just in case he doesn't, I go for the sub, and unfortunately it doesn't quite work out there. But I'm predicting him to transform on this turn. I know that he hasn't transformed yet, but I thought that he would here because he knows I can't do anything to him and was predicting an Iron Head or a Stone Edge, which he resists. However, predicting the transform, I actually go for the close combat, which is really, really awesome. It allows me to take him almost out, and now I'm predicting the close combat from that Goat, and I don't want to risk a speed tie or anything, so I'm going to go straight to Gengar to dodge the predicted close combat, and because I am Scarfed, I'm going to outspeed this Goat regardless, and I'm going to get a Hidden Power Fire off. Hopefully he doesn't go into Latios, because that would be a huge pain in my ass, but the HP Power is going to take him out from this range anyway, and that's excellent for me. Means that I get rid of his Mew early. Mew is a real pain in 5th gen. So many sets, so many varieties. You can go Trick, you can go Transform, you can do Rocks, everything, just literally everything. So here we go. Latios is going to come in. Very annoying poke. I'm going to have to switch out here. Obviously, I'm locked in with the Choice Scarf on the Hidden Power Fire. I don't really have much to go to. I think I go to this guy just as a kind of fodder in a way. I don't see him being that useful in the long run. And that Psychic actually is a one-hit KO on the Goat, so I'm kind of thinking that this is potentially a Specs Latios. I think I would have lived just a Scarfed hit, so that's why my suspicions are aroused, and I believe he is Specs. I'm going to go into Victini regardless because it's going to resist the Psychic, and I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. perhaps he's going to stay in, but he does predict the Will-O-Wisp and goes to his Notori. However, at this point, Notori can't do anything to me. I am going to outspeed him, and I do have Stab Fire Blast, which is 4 times effective, so it's going to take him out. He may switch here, so I always have that in the back of my mind as to whether I want to go for a Thunder or a Psychic, predicting that. But he does go for the Protect, just to kind of scout me out. He probably thinks I'm choiced, which is why he went for the Protect, and hopefully to lock me into a specific move so that he could go to something to resist it. Here I actually go for the Will-O-Wisp, predicting him to switch out, you know, thinking that I'd be scarfed and go to either Garchomp or to Latios, but he actually stays and goes for a Leech Seed, which is kind of frustrating, and I know he's probably going to protect here, so I'm going to go for a switch and hopefully get rid of that Leech Seed. He actually goes for Leech Seed again, which is an excellent move on his part. He predicted me to predict his Protect and decided to predict the switch and go for a Leech Seed, which is going to hinder my Gorbis, because it means even though I'm going to get a Shell Break off, it means I'm going to be able to, I am going to get the pass and I'm going to get my White Herb. However, an important part of Leech Seed is the fact that whenever you try and baton pass with Leech Seed attached, it's going to baton pass the Leech Seed as well. Same applies with things such as Aqua Ring, and all those sort of self-healing things. Ingrain, I believe, as well, is passed with baton pass. So here I do have limited life left. I managed to live the Power Whip mainly because of my bulky EV spread, and I'm going to baton pass out to my Slabs. Now, Leech Seed is going to fail, obviously. He probably predicted me to, I don't know what he predicted there, but I guess he was just using a move to stall for time. Power Whip probably would have been better, but you know, he's burned and stuff, so it's not going to do too much. I'm going to go for the payback, predicting him to switch to Latios to try and resist my Drain Punch, but he doesn't go to Latios, which is fine. He's just going to protect, and at this point I really just need to get a hit in with a Drain Punch. Unfortunately, he actually gets the double protect. I was under the impression that double protect was removed from this generation. I thought they changed protect's mechanics, but apparently you can still use Protect in the same vein as it was used in 4th gen. Its effectiveness halving every time you use it, which is kind of frustrating, but it does mean I'm able to get my my Drain Punch off on his potential 3rd Protect, which thankfully fails. He's going to go to Blaziken here, another protecting poke, so he really is a Protect heavy team. He's you know, definitely one for scouting out choice items and all that other stuff, and you know, utilizing Protect with Leech Seed is a very good strategy on his part. At this point I am just going to go for the Mach Punch. His Blaziken tries to go for the Protect again, which meant that if I'd gone for the Drain Punch I would be looking at much nicer health than I am now. Unfortunately, being burned isn't going to help. Garchomp's going to come in. Mach Punch I don't think is going to take out even with +3, just because Garchomp is generally bulky, has very good you know, natural bulk as it were. So it's going to take that pretty well, considering it's a +3 stab hit. In any case, he's locked into Outrage. I have the perfect switch in, which is my Gengar. I don't carry HP Ice, obviously. I carry HP Fire instead, but it's going to be able to take him out with a Shadow Ball. So Rapushin's going to come in. Now, I do have a perfect counter to Rapushin, which is Wheezing, and I do not want to take the payback, so I'm kind of thinking I should probably go to Wheezing here. I was thinking about maybe Gorbis as a death fodder, but it really would have been pointless, and I want to kind of save Gorbis for death fodder in a bit when Latios comes in, because Latios will threaten me with the Psychic. I believe he's going to switch this turn to it. Okay, perhaps he doesn't. I'm just going to go for the Clear Smog, and he sees that payback really isn't doing too much. He does get a crit there, kind of frustrating, and I think he's going to go for some kind of hit here as well, but I am going to get a Pain Split off, hopefully on the predicted switch, or not, maybe not. Okay, fine. Yeah, I've just forgotten what happened. Apparently I just went for a Clear Smog, not wanting him to set up bulk ups. In any case, now I'm going to have to switch to my death fodder. I do go to Gorbis. He isn't going to Draco Meteor, but he is going to go for the Psychic, which even with the specs is, you know, hurts a lot. So Gengar's going to come in here. And Scarf Gengar, an excellent revenge killer, definitely something as a useful check to Latios. Shadow Ball is going to be a KO from this range. I know Latios does have decent Spec D, but the fact that he doesn't have a Soul Dew is extremely important. It means that Stab Shadow Ball is going to be able to finish him off, and now Gengar is going to be threatened by the incoming Rapushin. Fortunately for me though, I believe Rapushin is his last, meaning that I'm able to switch into my Wheezing freely, and essentially, I don't think he can do much to me at this point. His only sort of way in getting at the rest of my team with a Rapushin would be to reach +6 with bulk up and to sweep me with, I guess, Mach Punch or, you know, Payback or that sort of type of move. But unfortunately for him, I have a Weezing, which is a very nice counter to any kind of Rapushin. I'm going to Pain Split off just to get my health up and actually deal a nice amount of damage to him. As you can see, he's going to go for a bulk up, but I do have the Clear Smog, an excellent addition to Weezing's move pool, and it's, you know, going to reduce all of those stats. I could be using Haze, of course. Haze is useful if you want to use against steals or things that, you know, things that can't be hit by a poison move and that sort of stuff, but Clear Smog I prefer just for the damage, and there aren't too many boosting steals I see around, so it's definitely an excellent check for Rapushin, an excellent sort of solid counter. He's going to keep going for bulk ups here and eventually realizes that it is going to be worthless and is going to run, which is going to leave the score at 3-1 to me. In any case, that was an excellent game there, and I do hope to perhaps have a rematch in the future. I can't quite remember his actual Zat name, but I'm just going to call him John for the sake of his name being that in the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. PokeMoshPit. If you're new to the channel and have just recently discovered it, and we've got a ton of great battlers on here, and you should definitely go check them out. So check out my channel if you enjoyed this match. Link will be in the description. As always, subscribe to the PokeMoshPit, and until next time, I will see all you guys then. Peace.